today about how to have a positive attitude if you are broke. Because man, it's hard, it's hard, it's hard, it's hard. If you are broke and you don't know how to control your emotions and manage your emotions, it's going to crush you. It's going to be a very bad experience. It's going to be a bad experience, I'm telling you. It's not a joke. Now, the first thing you should do when you are broke is that stay off social media, please. Don't be in social media at all, especially Instagram. Instagram is the main culprit. You see everybody is showing their wonderful lifestyle on the yards in Dubai, traveling all over the world. You don't need that pressure. You can't afford it. So why would you want to see it? Why should someone show you what you cannot afford right now, make you, have that lust for it? It's not nice. Please stay off social media. Stay off Instagram. Don't even come near it at all. That's one. Next thing you have to do is, this one is very important. Very, very important. You need to cultivate gratitude. Okay. Look at those things you have around you now. Look at them. There was once a time when you wanted those things. From your phone, to your clothes, to where you stay. There was once a time that it was just a dream of yours. You wanted to have your own room. Or that you wanted to have a new phone. And you have them. And you put them aside. You're not commonizing it. No. This is the time to begin to appreciate that thing you've had. Because what you have now was once a dream. But it's not reality. So appreciate it. Then again, don't give way to comparison. No. Stay in your lane. Put your blinders on. Just know that now it's just you and your life and your lot. Don't look at what your neighbor is doing or what your neighbor has. Don't envy what someone else has, the cars they have. You can't afford it. Why are you envying it? I don't think envy is even a good energy to have, because you're only going to be looking at what you don't have, and it's making you crave for it. I don't like craving. I don't like that kind of power, that kind of craving. It's a bad emotion. Don't focus on anybody's things. Focus on what you have, what you alone have, what you own. That's what you should focus on. Don't focus on what anybody else has, what you alone have. Think of how to better your lot, okay? Give your energy to yourself. Now, another thing again you should stay off is, just stay off all the TV stations. Why should they be watching TV anyway? With their adverts and everything, they're still going to encourage the consumer culture and make you feel dissatisfied with who you are. That's what TV does. TV is just a propaganda to make you feel dissatisfied with who you are and what you have. They show you someone that's better looking, younger, more handsome, that has more going for them. I mean, most times, if you look at it, when you watch TV, you end up feeling worse about yourself than before. So what is the essence of TV? What is the essence of TV? So stay away from TV. You don't need TV right now. You don't need social media. You just need to focus on you. Okay? Again, you have to take it one day at a time. This is the challenge one. This is the challenge. When we have problems, we tend to pressure cook them. We think of, our girl broke up with us. Our rent came due. Our light bill is cut. That saying of when it rains, it pours. It doesn't have to be in your case. Take it one day at a time. Okay, only bite what you can chew. Don't bring them all together at the same time. Everybody can live just one day. But when you try to cram several months of problems into one day, that's when it's going to crush you. So do not pressure cook your problems. Just take it one step at a time. You have the power for today's problem. Even the greatest of presidents, they sleep on one bed. They sleep. Yes, a country might be crashing or whatever, but they make sure they enjoy their sleep. That's what makes them function. So make sure that you take the problem one day at a time. Don't just be overwhelmed by it. And this one, I want to sound a note of warning to most of us. When you are broke, that is when the temptation arises, when you want to take things on credit, when you want to borrow, when you want to get into debt, take a loan. Do not fall for that temptation. I'm telling you. Don't fall for that temptation at all. Don't take a loan for nothing. Anything you cannot afford, forget about it. If you can't afford it, forget about it. Take your mind off it totally. I'm telling you, anything that you buy right now, most times you can't even afford to pay when it's due, and you even regret, and you can't return it. So why get into debt for something that you will not enjoy in the long run? Why? Don't get into debt, please. I like my sleep a lot. I like to sleep peacefully, knowing I'm not owing anybody. I like to sleep peacefully that no one's going to knock on my door for money I'm owing them. And look at the funny thing is that when someone gives you a loan smiling, they come back with a different countenance entirely. They come frowning. They come with people that you've never seen before, right? It might lead to a legal issue. It might be drawn out issue. You might lose more valuables. It might cost you relationship. Just look at all you have to go through because of a short-term pleasure that's going to leave a long-term bad aftertaste. So please don't go into debt. Just just be content with what you have. Next thing I like to say is manage your resources creatively. We all have resources. It could be anything. It could be your little food items you have. It could be stove you have. Manage it creatively, okay? Don't just commonize things. That thing you think is what can go along with, you know how to manage it creatively. I know it's not much. You may have just food that will last you a couple of days, but you can always look at the other side. You can mix them together. You could put things together. You could look for where you could get things for cheap. You could stretch your resources out there. Look at, okay, this is not a very good example to use, but let me just use all the same. Look at inmates now. Inmates, they tend to make the most out of everything they have. They turn fruits, they ferment and turn into wine. So I'm not saying we should do that, but those are tips we can use to be creative with what you have. You can be eating food with more happiness and all that. So that's what I have to say for now, okay? See you in the next one. Thanks for listening. Bye.